Watch Al Sharpton humiliate himself after trying to bash President Donald Trump by that conservative girl entertainment politics for MadWorldNews.com. During Sunday morning's episode of Politics Nation on MSNBC, race-baiting host Al Sharpton laid into President Donald Trump for calling former White House staffer Omarosa a dog. However, no sooner had Sharpton begun attacking Trump than he found himself on the receiving end of some pretty humiliating payback. Take a look. It was caught on camera. Last week, legendary songstress Aretha Franklin passed away at the age of 76. Deeply saddened by the passing of a beloved friend and a queen/warrior, Aretha Franklin, Al Sharpton tweeted after she died, "Her contributions are legendary, both personally and societally. We hope you take a pause today to remember the life of a beautiful soul." Sharpton began a lifelong friendship with Aretha Franklin during the Civil Rights Movement. He has said her rendition of Amazing Grace was a comfort to him when he was a boy, recalling that his mother would play the song nonstop in their Brooklyn home after his father left. As an adult and an activist, Sharpton became friends with the soul singer. He noted her unwavering faith, which she brought with her on stage to every performance, whether it was the White House, Radio City Music Hall, or the Apollo Theater. She always did gospel numbers, Sharpton said. She was unapologetically a hardcore faith-believing Baptist at the height of her career. She cut a gospel album. Who does that? Her faith is what motivated her. Long after the civil rights movement ended, Franklin remained committed to social justice, helping Sharpton as he began his organization, the National Action Network in New York. She would call Sharpton for updates on the emerging Black Lives Matter movement, asking about such cases as those of Trayvon Martin and Eric Garner. Her presence and influence were as valuable to the movement as her financial contribution, Sharpton said. To have someone like that involved and interested was a statement, he said. It gave all the credibility in the world. Others have had credibility, but she had gravity and respect, sourced the Daily Mail. Al Sharpton took a moment out of his Sunday show on MSNBC to honor the Queen of Soul, but he couldn't help slipping in a dig at President Donald Trump in the meantime. Sharpton was addressing Trump's insults towards Omarosa, the former White House aide and apprentice contestant who wrote a new tell-all book criticizing the president. Trump called Newman a dog, Omarosa actually, a favorite insult of his that Sharpton claimed was an animalistic slur. According to the Daily Caller, Sharpton closed the segment by quoting what is perhaps Aretha Franklin's most well-known song, 1967's Respect, but he didn't echo Franklin's correct spelling of the song's title. Rather than reciting respect, Sharpton slipped an I into the spelling of the word, making for quite the embarrassing blooper. I think you might have learned the lesson this week. Sometimes the dog bites back with a book deal. So, in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some RESPICT. And the next time you get a black woman and a beagle confused, remember this: I got you, Sharpton concluded proudly. Yeah, after misspelling the whole thing. Let's take a quick listen at his blunder here.
Choked like a dog, choked like a dog, choked like a dog.
We've seen you employ people, expect unwavering loyalty, teach them tricks and give them treats for a job well done, like, oh, 6 figures worth of hush money to silence an alleged affair, for example. But the moment they deviate from their good behavior and fail to fetch, you publicly condemn them on Twitter with animalistic slurs. Steve Bannon was, quote, dumped like a dog. You tweeted after he was fired. Sally Yates, you said she choked like a dog during her Senate testimony on the Russia investigation. And now Omarosa. That doesn't include all those outside your orbit you've hit with a canine cut down. Like when you referred to black NFL players as sons of, well, female dogs. But I think you might have learned a lesson this week. Sometimes the dog bites back with a book deal. And while we're talking about female canines, you know what they say about payback? It's a real, well, I'm sure you know the word I'm thinking of. So in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some RESPICT. And the next time you get a black woman and a beagle confused, remember this. I got you.
Yeah, you have nothing. That's what you have. You don't, I mean, really, he had a slip in his dig there. This man is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Just when you think he can't top himself, he goes and does something like this. Yet MSNBC continues to feature him on air, despite the fact that he barely has 2 brain cells to rub together. That being the case, perhaps this humiliating debacle actually says more about the left-leaning network than it does about their embarrassment of a host. Yeah, and really, the payback, Omarosa's getting the payback, not Trump. Even the liberals are calling her out as a liar. So how about that, Sharpton? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.